lot of different things coming out. We got the books. We got the planner coming out. We have the retreats. We have the Bostock live conferences. We have the dinner with bosses every single month. There's no such thing as failures. It's nothing but lessons learned. Like that, we come across a lot of young men, a lot of young women who don't have older brothers, who come from low income households, single parent households, and they're looking to us as a form of guidance or mentorship.
Yeah. Royce, bro, it's a pleasure to have you here. First and foremost, thank you.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me here.
We got a shout out.
That means a lot to me.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, that means a lot to me.
When people take their time out of whatever they got going on, their busy schedule to come and show love, you know what I mean? Shout out to Brendan for putting us together.
Okay.
But still, you know what I mean? Appreciate you for showing up, coming through. So she all the way down there to Lynn, fighting the traffic.
Fighting the traffic. That's what we're doing, man. I grew up in the traffic, so it's like
Facts.
I'm used to it.
Facts.
You just got to make sure you manage your time properly so you can get to where you're going.
Facts.
That's all.
Facts. Yeah, you grew up on the other side of Boston. I grew up here. You grew up in Dorchester.
I grew up on the good side.
Yeah,
Once you cross the bridge, you gotta go on the highway. That's a whole other side. We'll talk about that another time.
Oh, we don't have to. We don't have to. So tell me about yourself, bro. Like, I know we connected and we just talked a little bit about like Bostock and like, you influence it. You're trying to get people motivated.
Yeah.
But I think that's watering it down a little bit. Tell us, like, what do you do, bro?
I consider myself to be that serial entrepreneur. And what I'm looking to do is bridge the gap of entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs who don't have mentors or guidance. That's what I'm looking to do. Working with youth, or around youth all my life. Since working.
Yeah.
Wow. I know how much of an impact that I've been able to have just watching my dad and watching everything that he does. And for me to be able to carry that on. And, pour into the community. I do my best not to say give back. And my dad actually taught me that. There's no such thing as giving back if you never took.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you never took,
exactly.
it's not
giving back. Yeah.
So
okay.
I consider myself to pour into my community, to continue to uplift and motivate and be that inspiration that younger generations can actually look up to and say like, yo, I want to be like that one day.
Right.
I love the way you went about that.
Right.
On the right path. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to continue to be that person and bridge that gap. And one of the biggest things that I'm looking to do, as you see now, is bridging the gap for adults. A lot of adults get left out. But we have to remember that these adults today that are entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, they didn't have guidance or mentors growing up.
And they're still figuring it out,
and they're still trying to figure it out.
Facts.
So we can't forget about the adults that are pushing themselves. They're looking to do their own thing or jump into a different industry, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of adults kind of get left out in that. So I want to be able to bridge that gap as well. And that's a lot of the things that you see today. That I got going on is bridging those gaps.
I definitely see that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just through your conversations with people, whether it's in person, on stage or on social media, but, most importantly, the message and the information you're giving. You know what I mean? Like, you're sharing your experiences. And I think that's the most important thing, because we forget sometimes that it's okay for us to be human. It's okay for us to falter.
Right.
And the experience, the wisdom is in realizing where to go from there.
Right. There's no such thing as failures. It's nothing but lessons learned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those are facts, and we got to continue to stand on those. We got to look at whatever mistakes we make, whatever failures we may have. Like those are all lessons learned that we had to take part in for our journey to reach our destination.
Yeah. To keep growing.
Yeah, to keep growing. That's what it's about. It's growing every day.
Yeah, facts.
Being 1% better every day. If you could do that, you're good.
You're solid.
You're good.
You're solid. Yeah. You're great footing. Man, it's awesome hearing you talk about your dad, bro, and how he, influenced you. And, as we spoke earlier, like, I know your brother, Benz, and, he always spoke so highly of, like, family and the bond that he has. So it's a pleasure to meet you and hear you speak of your dad and things like that. That's dope. So that obviously translates a lot into what you do in the community and with people. Have you ever like found like that kinship, like, that young man or young woman that maybe doesn't have that same relationship with their father and been able to like, step in, and give some of that same guidance that your father was able to give you?
Absolutely. Every single day. Not a day goes by. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Just because I would consider our most successful business right now is Next Level Factory, which is our basketball training facility. We started this back in 2012.
Yeah.
We opened up our first training facility in 2016.
Gotcha.
Opened up another one in 2019. Opened up another one in 2020.
Wow, dope.
So we've
man.
been doing basketball training, and that's where we've had a big impact on our community.
Wow.
It's through sports,
Right.
Through basketball.
Right.
So with that, we come across a lot of young men, a lot of young women who don't have older brothers, who come from low-income households, single-parent households, and they're looking to us as a form of guidance or mentorship. So it's our duty to push them in a way where they're going to be successful, and not just in basketball, but in life. And that's what we look to preach is life lessons, teaching life lessons through basketball.
Right. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so we come across those all the time. And like I said, as I transition now into what I'm doing, as what you see going on, a lot of adults, same thing.
Right.
They were that kid at one point.
Right. Exactly. Right.
And they never got it.
Right.
They never got that guidance.
They just had to figure it out, and they're still working on it and trying to find the next step, elevate themselves, and now you guys come in. Yeah. Well, I gotta ask, what cities are you guys in with your programs?
We're all over Boston for the most part. We tap into different community centers. We tap in with different programs.
Yeah.
We always help out with No Books, No Ball, which is a big time basketball program in Boston.
Okay.
We're over in the Dana Barrows facility now.
Yeah.
We've been over there since 2020. 2020, right before the pandemic hit.
Right.
That's when we opened up, in February. And then the pandemic shut everything down in March.
Oh man, have you guys been able to get back on track?
Yeah. We got a good clientele. We got a good following.
Yeah.
And that partnership with the Dana Barrows facility has definitely, helped in that way. We've been able to help each other's brands out in a major way. So that's definitely been really good in that aspect. And then we have another one out in Dartmouth.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
None on the North Shore.
Nothing on the North Shore yet.
Okay,
We've been looking.
Oh, word.
We got some good friends out here that are putting their footprint out there.
Okay, dope. And I definitely got people I can put you in touch with in Lynn, bro. For sure. Yeah. Because that'd be dope. That we need stuff like that. Not saying Lynn doesn't have it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have mentors, fortunately. We have people who grew up like yourself, who grew up like me, who knows how important it is to get back and get down with the youth and educate them, stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
it's big.
We can always use.
Yeah, absolutely.
More.
With a few guys that I know out in Lynn, Antonio Anderson.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Tony Gallo.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah,
okay, right. Because they make the rounds on the basketball circuit.
Yeah, no, those guys.
Yeah.
And they got their footprint.
Yeah,
facts. The city
facts.
You know what I'm saying? They're all doing their thing and they're growing within themselves. Alvin over coaching. Antonio just got a coaching job over in Commonwealth, I believe.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
no shit.
Tony Gallo actually has his own facility over in Salem.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So those guys are doing their thing, man. We talk pretty frequently, not every day, but we talk.
Yeah. So do you ball as well? Is that how you know them?
Yeah, I play a little bit.
Because when you say all those names, bro, automatically I think of basketball court. I mean, that's what, you know what I mean?
Those are the basketball guys.
Yeah,
on this
facts.
side of town, those are the basketball guys.
Facts, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a lot more, but again, with me knowing and who's actually putting their footprint in,
boom,
those guys got it.
They're doing the work.
But again, not to knock anybody else who's doing anything out in Lynn or in the surrounding towns, because I know there's a bunch of them out there, and everybody's doing their part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So we need everybody to continue doing their part, so that way the North Shore continues to lay their footprint in, Massachusetts across the state. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
That's what it's about.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hear that. So, what's next for you as far as transitioning with the adults? How's that been going? Are you having trouble attracting? Because I know adults are, kids are one thing, but once you set in your ways, it gets a little, you know what I mean? So, how's that been?
The people that are set in their ways, those are the people that I don't want.
Oof, man. Right, but that weeding process must be brutal.
It's not brutal.
No?
Because an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur know what they want. They know that they want to be better in a certain area.
That's true. They're separated from the 9 to 5 people.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah. They may work a 9 to 5, but mentally they're different.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, they're looking for another avenue. Even though they understand they need a 9 to 5, they're looking for that, like, yo, what am I gonna build for myself and my kids?
They're
and
thinking on a whole different level.
Yeah.
And they think on a level of ownership. Like, yo, I want to have my own. I want to be able to build my own.
Right.
And they feel like they have these ideas, but they don't know how to turn these ideas or these passions into profitable or sustainable businesses.
Right.
Again, they didn't have mentors or guidance growing up.
Right.
And their immediate circle of friends aren't the friends that they could talk to about business.
Right.
Because those friends work a 9 to 5. You know, they got kids, they got families that they're dealing with at home. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing that those friends want to hear are business ideas.
Yeah, right.
You know, they want to have fun, have a good time, enjoy their life.
Escape from the
Like,
9 to 5.
They want to escape from work and talking about work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that entrepreneur, they're seeking help.
Right. Yeah.
They don't know who to reach out to.
Right.
There's nobody out there that has, you know, provided a platform for entrepreneurs to sit and talk and have a conversation. Talk about struggles.
Right.
Talk about successes. Celebrating successes together.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's major and it's needed.
Yeah.
You know, so what I've been able to provide is a platform for entrepreneurs, and that's where, you know, I started the whole Bostock thing. And Bostock is a live conference where I have myself along with other entrepreneurs in their particular field. And my biggest piece is giving advice or know-how of how I got to where I'm at. Things that I kind of live by and stand on that I've seen help me become successful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking and I'm looking to give everybody a different perspective on how they approach their entrepreneurship journey. I'm helping them identify what business they really are in. Yeah. You know, and a lot of people don't know.
Facts. How often do you hold the conferences, and how do we sign up?
Yep, so the conferences are quarterly. So we host them every quarter. You sign up right online on my website, royceveal.com.
Got you.
You know, bio's in the link on my Instagram, always.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can always click that link in the bio. It's going to lead you to something about whatever we got going on. You know, and Bostock, that's just the live conferences. So we do dinners every month. We have dinner with bosses.
Dope.
And that's where we bring entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs, and we break bread.
That's dope.
You know, we talk about what has made me successful so far. And then we talk about, okay, where are you struggling at? Yeah. But then it's an open conversation for other entrepreneurs to be able to say, like, hey, this worked for me. Maybe you could try this. Right. Yo, this worked for me. Yeah. Or it's just like that uplift. It's that community of people, of entrepreneurs who know, like, yo, you're doing a hell of a job, and nobody's telling you that. Right. I just want to let you know.
Right, because that's huge, right?
That's major.
It's understated how big that can be for an entrepreneur.
Like, a lot of us need a pat on the back. Right. We don't get pat on the back enough because we're too busy doing the patting.
Right. Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's important to be able to have a community of people, of friends, and that's what we're building a community of these entrepreneurs who's going to uplift you, right? Who's gonna you know, celebrate your successes, right? Who's gonna be there with you in your failures, you know what I'm saying? And it's a strong entrepreneur community
who's also gonna push you and then expect you to push them back as well.
And just giving tips and advice, all those different things. You know what I'm saying? Which you don't get.
Right. I just experienced that with Brendan just the other day. I was telling him about how I edit this series, how long it takes me. Rendering time, you know, which is like, you know, not, you know, doesn't impede on me because it's just set it overnight, but it still takes hours to render, you know, an hour-long 4K video. You know what I'm saying? So I set it overnight, and then I gotta watch the video, right? So I gotta watch an hour and a half, and I gotta put my markers in. And I told him, I was like, yeah, you know, the whole process is probably 36 hours. He was like, yo, you could probably hit up someone on Fiverr. Yep. Have them edit videos for you. And he says he has someone edit, you know, 4 videos at a rip for $144. Now, you know, that is a great investment to save me some time to be able to do some other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, time is the most valuable thing that we have.
Bar none.
You can't get it back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's 3 things that I like to talk about that you just can't get back. You know, and one of them is time. Time is always going to be number one. The next one is going to be the same opportunity.
Facts.
Which is major.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And the last one is going to be your words.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can't take those back.
You can't take those back.
Right.
Once you put it out there, if me and you were having a conversation, and I'm like, yo, yeah, you're just a dumb person.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it like with anger.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I apologize to you,
Right.
that's always going to play in the back of your head.
Right.
I can't take that thought out because I already put it out in the air.
Fuck. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't get your words back.
Make sure when you're doing things like they're of serious value, because no matter what it is, like it's done. Like that minute, that hour, it's gone.
Right.
What value did you get from it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like if you can't look back and say like, damn, I really got that. Because even sleep, I know it's like popular for entrepreneurs to say stuff like, you know, you'll sleep when you're dead and things like that. But like, I mean, your body's your temple. You got to take care of it.
Take care of it.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, yo, you know what I mean? Like schedule. You know what I mean? Like put yourself on a regimen.
Yeah,
manage your time properly.
That's
so you're
very
happy with
important.
it. Yeah.
To have a routine, to have a schedule.
Yeah.
Those are very important things as entrepreneurs that you just have to have. You know, which are gonna help build good habits.
That one, to be honest.
What is that?
It took me too long to learn that one, to be honest. Yeah. I got it down now, but you know what I'm saying? And that's what you talk about, I think, with with the adults, you know, going into entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? I think that one is the one that is just like we start off backwards, a lot of us, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, yo, how you not I still talk to entrepreneurs today that they don't manage a calendar.
Right.
Like they just set appointments and then they hope they remember.
Right. That's how it goes.
Like
so again, with me knowing that, I actually developed you know, my own planner. I call it the master plan.
Oh, sure.
And what I tend to do is I give it out at the dinners, you know, to entrepreneurs if they haven't been to an event before.
Right.
And I look to give the first version of the planner. I look to give those out to, you know, everyone, just so that they get comfortable knowing and using some type of calendar, some type of scheduling. The next one, which will drop in January, is like a whole nother level. It's like 2.0.
Oh, word. All right, word. We
elevated.
Yes.
It's going to be the entrepreneur must-have
word.
Calendar.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
I'm excited for it.
You look excited for it. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited for it. I wouldn't give out all the spill on it, but I want you guys to be
I'm excited now.
Excited when you see it.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? When I start to put
out.
it out there.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's going to be a must-have for every entrepreneur.
That's dope.
Because it's needed. Just like you said, scheduling, time blocking, all of that stuff is very important as an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. You can't afford to not do it.
Yeah, if you're not planning, you're planning to fail.
That's right. Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Been there, done that, bro.
Yeah. You know, one of the girls at dinner, because we had dinner last night, dinner with bosses, Miss Real Estate. She's one of the, you know, she was at the dinner. And that was something that kept coming up, and she kept saying, like, yo, if you're not planning, you're planning to fail. It was a constant reminder to the other entrepreneurs at the table.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, you're right. Like, all right, let me really get on top of planning and mapping things out. You know, let me put all my thoughts together on the weekend, lay out what I'm doing for the week, for the next 2 weeks, for the month, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So we got the live conferences, which is the Bostock, and we got dinner with bosses.
And conferences are quarterly.
Yep.
Bosses dinner is monthly.
It's monthly.
You didn't say how to sign up for that. Probably the same link on your bio.
Yep.
Okay.
On the bio, RoyceVeal.com.
Okay.
It's going to be the best way to find anything that has to do with me. That's going to be a direct link.
Got you.
And it's going to push
because I need to go.
Yeah,
you just had that last night.
Yeah, we just had one last night. It was good. It was good. Yeah, we had a good spread of food.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to Mangiano's.
Oh, word.
Mangiano's.
Yeah.
That was good. We had a good spread.
Dope.
Yeah, they got some good food over there, man.
Yeah,
Definitely got to come to the next one.
Oh,
we got a few restaurants lined up for different months
that
we want to tap into. Some local restaurants, some, you know,
that's dope.
Those type of restaurants that we want to really be at and support.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Those are great opportunities to, like, spread contacts, network, and things like that. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So it's really good. Yeah. And then the next thing that we offer are the retreats.
Ooh.
So we do retreats where we travel to different areas where we feel as though we could build content. So these are content retreats. So what me and my team are doing, we're actually taking each industry and we're building out their content for the next month. So we do on bulk content.
Really? Wow.
Yep. So we put together interviews, we put together photos, we put together flyers.
Wow.
We build out a whole strategy with each person that comes up or whatever industry that they're in.
You're right.
Yeah, wow. So it's the value that comes with it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That sounds like so valuable. Yeah.
And to be able to do it in another space where You don't have to worry about family or friends pulling you away from work. It's like, yo, we're just on a straight grind. Of course, we're going to have our days where we just kind of like chill.
Of course.
Once we're done. You know, but again, once we're done.
You know what I'm saying?
Then we're going to have a good time.
Yeah,
you know,
work hard to play hard.
Right,
Yeah.
Exactly. And creating that experience, creating that environment is very important. Because within those retreats, again, it's going to be all entrepreneurs. Everybody with the same mindset, the same goal of being successful, and whatever that success means to them.
And that conversation is not being bogged down by business talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not with people who are just like, nah, man, I just want to get away.
Right.
You know, I just want to have my margarita.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a different feel.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's a different level, and that's what you get out of the dinners. When you sit at the table, you're like, right in the middle of the conversation, you start reevaluating, like, okay, this is where I want to be at.
Move. Right. Yeah.
I want to be here.
Right.
I want to have dinner with these people.
Facts.
Like, this is my new family.
Yeah, man.
And that's what you get out of it. That sense of community, that sense of belonging.
Right.
Membership.
Yeah. And again, another thing, like, I think people don't value enough. You know, it's just like the people you spend, and we go back to time now, people you spend time with. I forget this gentleman's name who said this. He's like, you're within a certain level of value, like earning wise, of the people closest to you. As if you're always spending time with people who just want to work a 9 to 5 and don't want to help you build your ideas, how are you going to build?
Right. You can't grow.
You're stunting yourself.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
It's like if you don't add people to your circle is never going to get bigger. It's going to stay the same size.
Right. And you always know what you're going to get. You're going to get the same, same thing.
Right. And that's why understanding like who your friends are and who you're surrounding yourself is very important. What I've been telling a lot of the entrepreneurs now is that you really have to understand that your immediate friends may not be the friends that you have these conversations with. So it's very important for you to develop new friends. You know, may not be in the same industry as you, but have the same mind as you. In a sense of you wanting to grow and them wanting to grow.
Right. How do you manage though? Like, because eventually, you'll probably find that you have more and more common with the new friends and maybe less in common with the old friends. Like, so like, how do you navigate that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of your old friends, you have history with them.
Facts.
You guys could probably go months without talking.
Yeah.
As soon as you start talking again, it's going to pick up like you guys never left off.
Okay.
Because you have that history.
Right. Facts.
You know,
Facts.
it's a matter of always keeping that in mind too. Like, you know, not leaving your friends out. Always reaching out to say, hey, what's up? What's going on?
Got you.
So you have to be mindful of those things.
Yeah.
Because it is very easy to get caught up with the new friends because you have so much in common.
And also you're working on building something.
Right.
You know, it's not just like, we're all here like, we're going here, we're having fun, we're having a blast. Like, you're trying to build something, and that takes a lot of energy.
Right.
Too.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're pushing and motivating you. And you're pushing and motivating them.
Right. And it works.
The energy is reciprocated.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's addictive, right?
Yeah,
you
just want to be around that person.
Right.
Or those group of people.
Right.
You know, so it's very important to understand that life is life and that you do have to manage life. That's another thing that you have to time block. You have to be able to say, like, all right, on Fridays, I'm always going to connect with this group of friends.
Okay.
No matter what.
Okay.
It could be your family.
Right.
Fridays, that's my family time. That's when I'm out with my family. That's what I do on Fridays. I shut down. And then you got to say, all right, Saturday, Sunday, I'm back to the grind. If that's what it is.
Right. Facts.
Or I'm connected with these people over here.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's important for me right now to manage my time, you know, and to meet as many entrepreneurs as possible. Because there's so many out there. It's tough. It's tough.
Bro,
to tap in with everybody. But
right.
I think I'm doing a good job with tapping in with a lot of people. And having the dinners and the events, they make it that much easier.
Right.
Because I don't have to go to everybody.
Exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's coming to an event space.
And the network, like we met you through a network.
And that was Brendan. He came down and did my event.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. I want to say I saw a clip of him at your event before he even introduced us.
So he came down. He spoke at Bostock back in October. And he dropped some gems. He was able to give off some value to a lot of people that were there, which he's still in contact with. So he was able to, make some clients out of that.
Word.
Because he showed his value.
Right.
And we've been able to build a relationship. We built a relationship before that, but it's only getting stronger and stronger.
Dope. So how did you guys connect?
So crazy. We've known each other. We've known of each other for a while, and the reason why we connected is because I was actually just telling the story earlier. We connected because he was reaching out to me to offer his services.
Oh, got you.
I already knew what he was doing.
Okay. Yep.
You know, I kind of had a good idea of what he was doing just because I pay attention to people that are actually doing stuff, especially entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew what he was gonna say to me,
and
and I said, you know what? I want to hear it from him.
Yeah.
I want to let him give me his spill.
Yeah.
I want him to sell his story or whatever he has to me, his knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to show me his value, and I want to see how he does it.
Gotcha.
So he said, yo, you think we can get on the call so we can talk about All right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
We got on the call, and I questioned him. And I said, yo, B, this sounds dope, but did you do your research?
Mm-hmm.
Did you look up what I actually do already?
What'd he say?
He's like, nah. I was like, yo, you got to take that step.
Yeah.
And so you have to take that step and actually see what I do, because a lot of stuff that you're telling me that you do, I already do for other people. So yeah, it looks good because you see one side of what I do, which is that I have a business.
Right.
But you don't know the other side of what I do, because I'm no longer in my business anymore. My business is running.
Right.
I'm not running my business. My business is running.
Right.
So I'm
now
all set with
like,
that.
yeah.
Everything's already systematic. It's in place. I got a wonderful team. My brother Caesar, he's the head of the operation over in the Stone location. Brian head of operation. Co-founders of the Dartmouth location. So everything is like running.
Yeah.
I said, Brian, you gotta go check out my website, bro.
Yeah.
Click the link in the bio. So that's how we got connected.
Yeah.
So he did his research. He was like, yo, dope. Like, yo, cool. Like, blessings to you.
Yeah, right.
We gotta connect. Let's stay in touch.
Okay.
Let's build.
Yeah.
However I can help you,
Right.
vice versa. And from there, we just been able to build. You know, and then I said, yo, you want to come down to Bostock? It's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
I said, it's a great opportunity for you to build content.
Right. Facts.
So that's what you're going to get out of it. You're going to get content, you're going to get an audience.
Now, it must
As
be
long
hard.
as you come and deliver. And he delivered.
Yeah, he delivered. Word.
Yeah, he delivered.
Yeah. But so it must be hard, right, to like stay humble in situations like that, right? When someone pitches to you like your own ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to make them feel bad.
Right.
Either.
But at
Well,
the same time, you
like
feel a little like
right. It becomes like an awkward moment. It definitely becomes an awkward moment.
Yeah.
But I think I do a pretty good job of making an awkward moment a good one.
Okay, word.
You
That's
know,
a skill right there.
Yeah, so nobody ever feels like dumbfounded or anything. Everything with me is like a joke. I turn everything into
That's what's up. That's
You
what's
know what
up.
I'm saying? So everybody always feels good. That's why I have great relationships with people.
Okay,
No matter what the falling out is, I have great relationships with everybody.
Really?
I've come across. Yeah.
Wow, that's dope. Because see, I'm like stoic as hell, and like I'm also like I have difficulties like pushing past the pain, if you want to call it the pain points. Like you know what I mean? It's just like, oh well, we never addressed this, so it's tough for me to like like I don't know, move forward from there. How do you work that out?
I address shit.
Yeah, but like that,
It's tough.
it leads to confrontation. No,
It does.
and it never
does.
goes well.
All right, so here's a story.
Yeah.
So I have this friend, right? Associate, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Everybody's a friend. Everybody's an associate.
Okay.
And we were doing business together. You know, it got to a point where we were doing business and, it just wasn't working out anymore.
Yep.
It's like, all right, we had a conversation and say, yo, because of this, I can't do business with you, bro. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. I just can't do business with you.
Yeah, right.
And in the back of his mind, I'm sure he was like, what the hell? Whatever. Boom. We still talk throughout time or whatever.
Okay.
Randomly, whatever. I would reach out, say, hey, what's up? Just checking in, seeing what's going on. Because I'm that type of person. I always follow up.
Dope.
Just to check in on people. Just to say what's up.
Yeah.
One time I went to go reach out to him. My text messages came back green.
Right. Yeah.
So iPhone to iPhone. I know
Right.
he has an iPhone.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So my messages should be going through blue.
yeah. Right.
So I'm like, okay, maybe his phone's off or whatever. Don't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
My messages send. Boom. I go text him another time. And then I see like, oh wait, he didn't respond to my last text message.
Right.
So I went to reach out again. and it was green. I was like, yo, there's no way that he went from iPhone to Android. I said he must got a new phone number.
Something. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what I did was I reached out to a mutual friend.
Yeah.
I said, yo, you got such and such his number because I'm reaching out to them and like, he must got a new number because it's not going through.
Yeah.
This mutual friend goes, oh no, he don't fuck with you like that no more. I said, what?
Oh shit, bro. Damn, bro. See, no, yo, that's my bro. Nah.
That's me hearing it from a mutual friend. He's like, yo,
bro.
He doesn't mess with you no more.
Damn,
and I'm like, what? Why? What did I do?
Wow.
I'm like, yo, I did nothing but try to help people.
Wow.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, yo, call him right now. And
Uh-huh.
the mutual friend's like, no, I'm not doing that, Royce. Like, chill out. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So then I let it ride. Yeah. And I said to myself, I said, yo, I'm going to come across this person in passing at some point. I don't know when, but cool. I'm going to come across him.
Okay.
And when I do, I'm going to point it out.
Okay.
So, sure enough.
Yeah.
In passing, in the same space, because we're in an environment, the basketball community.
Okay.
You can't avoid each other. You're going to run into each other at some point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You didn't tell me that, yeah.
So,
you said basketball community.
Yeah. So, I walked up to him and I said, yo, that's crazy. You don't fuck with me like that?
Yo.
And then he goes, no, it's not even like, I was like, wow, bro. I was like, yo, I ain't do nothing but try to help.
Yeah.
But it's cool. You don't fuck with me like that. It's cool. Then I just walk away.
Right. And then, but then that's it?
That's it. So I addressed it. I didn't need a conversation back from him.
Okay.
It was the fact that I addressed it.
Okay.
Whatever he was facing, whatever was in his mind to say like, yo, I don't mess with this person.
Right. To another party. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't like bring it up for you.
But even then, for me to bring it up in the manner that I did, all I did was point it out. Like, yo, I know that you said this or you're ignoring me or he actually blocked me from like everything. I didn't know this though until this mutual friend said it. So I probably been blocked in probably for like 6 months or something.
Right.
And I would never know.
You know what's crazy? I had like the same experience, except like this was a friend. Like we've been boys for a minute, and like the business just went sideways because of just like crazy disagreements. Now, what I'm thinking is just like, all right, it's got to be my approach. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, like, you know what I mean? Because like once things got to a certain level, I was just like, yo, come on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think familiarity breeds contempt, and things went just like a little south, and you know what I mean? Like when it was like when I was dissolving the business relationship, I was just like you, I was like, hey, just super professional, like more professional than I would be with like anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Let's just like, hey, I think we're just like we see this differently, and we have to go separate ways on this, and like because I couldn't rely on you for this, like I feel like I can't refer you to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because like. You know what I mean? It's not personable. Right, exactly. It's not personal.
Making me look bad.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I can't have you as a reference, you know what I mean? So I think, and then, it just deteriorated from there. But like I let them know, like, yeah, I can't, I can't, go that way. But like they didn't respond to it well at all. And it's just like now it's just like,
And that's the tough part because you have no control over that. It's whatever they're battling within themselves. And that's why I had to make it known, like, yo, like, I didn't even know that you felt that way.
No idea,
But that's crazy that you don't mess with me for whatever reason. Yeah. But it's kind of letting them know, like, I still mess with you. You just don't mess with me. So whatever demons you're battling, that's on you. Like, I'm always good.
Right.
So when you decide to come around and figure out whatever you got going on, cool. No hard feelings, no love lost. Life is too short. I've been around the world. And I seen people sleeping outside in the parking lot, like 20 deep. In front of 7-Elevens.
Damn, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, you got to be grateful and appreciative for all the people around you who only try to help you or push forward or just doing positive things. Like, you got to be grateful and appreciative to those people, and for what you have in life.
Right.
And tomorrow's not promised.
True that.
So you got bad blood with me today over something dumb.
Right.
I pass away tomorrow and you're like, damn.
You got all these regrets.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I wish we would have worked that out.
Right.
Why live life like that?
True that.
So put it on the table. Let them know, like, yo, I don't know why you acting like that with this situation. It's not that deep. And even when I say that to people, they don't like that. Like, yo, it's not that deep. Oh my God, they hate it when I say that. Like, it's not that deep to you, but it's that deep to me. And I'm like, yeah, but it shouldn't be. There's people going through so much more. And we talking about first world problems. Like,
True
come
that.
on.
Right.
That's all we talking about, first world problems.
Right. True that. Right. Because we're not talking about, like, you know, the last sandwich, you know, splitting some crust, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not talking about, you know what I mean, sleeping outside. Like,
Right.
You know
Having
like,
water. We're not fighting over water, good water to drink.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about none of that stuff.
True that.
First world problems. That's what we mad about right now.
True that.
Why?
And we're not talking to each other about when we could be building something. Even if the business didn't work, we still be building something.
Right. Something. Yeah. Or just elevating each other.
Right. That's building something. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and like, it's just, that's wild. That's
wild. It's very important for if you have a situation to address it.
Facts.
You know, as long as you got it off your chest, and you let it be known, like, yo, I'm not mad about this.
Right.
I just wanted to address it. However they feel, it's on them.
But you would never address it, like, you wouldn't have ever addressed it with him, like, via text or whatever, right? It's just you were waiting until, like, you saw him in person.
Two things that you never do over text messages, and that's business and relationships. Now, relationships being with either your significant other or your friends. Yeah. You don't have serious conversations through text messages.
You're right.
And very rarely should you have them over the phone.
Oh, we've been over the phone. No shit.
Yeah, you should do it in person because facial expressions, tonality of your voice makes a difference. I can be saying something one way, but my facial expressions would make you understand, like, yo, I don't mean this in a negative way.
You're right. Facts.
I mean this in a sincere way.
Facts.
So when you're dealing with business and relationships, when it's serious stuff or controversy, always in person.
Meet up.
But you got to make sure that you're in the right space and make sure that they're in the right space to have a calm, mature conversation. It's not even professional. Just a calm, mature conversation.
Right. Facts. Yeah. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we're not, like, we don't have to be professional all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're human beings. Like, you know, let me talk to you person to person. Right. What's going on? You know?
Just be real.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't do that enough. Not nearly enough. You know?
So, first world problems, figure it out ASAP. ASAP. Even if it's in the next hour. Right. Figure it out.
I'll be real, bro. It's like I'm always someone who's trying to work on communication, number one, with everybody. You know what I mean? My wife, my friends, you know what I mean? Like, how did I come across? And then by extension, relationships. You know, it's like, how do I manage this relationship? How do I express my disappointment in this person?
Right.
While this person is struggling with something. You know what I mean? It's just it's just, you know, I think it's important to become articulate in speaking emotions. You know what I mean? Having conversations with people, especially those difficult ones. I'm not averse to them, but I do think I need to work on my on different approaches. You know what I mean? I definitely have the, like, oh, that was disrespectful and I'm going to address it. Like, that approach is down. Like, it's down. But, like, tact and, you know, and understanding and thinking, like it's like you said, first world problems. Like, okay, is this something that I can live with? Even though I need to address it.
Right.
Is it something that needs to be addressed right now?
Right.
Is it something that needs to be addressed in this tone?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what could they be going through? What could be happening with them that could be influencing how they came or approached you or whatever.
That's the next thing. You never know what other people are going through.
It's hard, bro. It's hard to remember that sometimes. You know?
You don't know. Just because you got your shit going on, they probably got, their parents probably dealing with cancer.
Right. And, you know how it is, especially with guys, like, we don't share shit like that.
Right. All that shit's locked in.
Right.
We're dealing with it on our own.
Exactly. Right.
You know, which is it's not good behavior.
Not at all.
What we do.
Right.
You know, so again, that's very important to keep in mind, and then also understanding personalities. If you gotta have these deep conversations with people, you know them in some way. So you have to truly understand their personality. That way, the conversation comes off the proper way.
Approach.
You know.
Right.
So then, your communication is only good with comprehension. If they don't understand what you're saying, if you can't break it down in the way for them to understand, they're always going to look at it in a negative when you're having those deep, real conversations. So it's very important to understand personalities. And when it comes to business, that's very important. When managing a team, a staff, like you have to understand personalities. Because if you don't, you'll be ready to fire everybody.
Right? All the time, like exactly.
You're ready to fire everybody. What?
Yeah.
I found myself in that spot so many times. It's like, yo, I just want to fire this person.
Right.
Let's say, yo, I can't. I can't. I have to talk it out with them. I have to have a conversation. I have to see what they're going through mentally.
Right.
You know, I have to understand what type of person they are to make a decision and then say, all right, you got to go, or, all right, look, I need you to move like this because this is leading you to being fired.
Right.
I got to let them know.
Communication. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
I got to communicate with them like, yo, your behaviors are like this. That doesn't work here. So it needs to change in order for you to stay employed here.
Right.
So again, with me understanding their personality, I'm going to know how to navigate that conversation so that they can understand and then they can make the adjustment. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to hire new people.
Right. Yeah. It's way more expensive to bring on someone new than to retain somebody.
And it's tough, yo. You got to train them, teach them all over, build a new relationship.
Exactly.
You got to get the clients, especially when you're in a service-based business, you got to get old clients to get comfortable with a new person. They're like, oh, what happened to such and such? And it's like, we're not here anymore.
Right.
They're like, why? And it's like, well, it's not because of us. Because we're still here.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's like, well, why aren't they here? It's like, yo. And sometimes, one of the things I want to say that I'm fortunate to be in a position to say is that through our business, through the Next Level Factory, we've been able to help a lot of entrepreneurs develop and become who they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to be able to see other people doing their own thing. And I applaud them all the time. I send them clients all the time. Even though some of their clients may have came from my facility, it's okay. There's plenty for everybody. So if you decide to do your own thing, cool. If I can help you navigate through that, I want to be able to help.
Right.
Why? Because we're not in competition with anybody.
Right.
I'm not in competition with nobody.
Especially since at the end of the day, like you're helping kids.
Right.
You know.
And that's what it's about. If your true intentions are about helping people,
right,
the money's gonna come regardless.
It's coming.
It's gonna come.
Period.
You just continue to help.
Right.
That's it. If you're providing a quality service, you're good. You don't have to worry about anything. You just gotta stay consistent.
You said you're not in competition with anybody, and it's funny because I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking about that same quote. You know what I mean? Just compete with yourself and, be better every day. And it got me thinking about, healthy competition, because, I broke it down to basketball, coincidentally enough. Is LeBron James not in competition with Kevin Durant? But, you know what I mean? Like, when they get on that court, before and after, they can exchange jerseys. They can work out together, and during the summer, elevate each other's game. You know what I mean? Push each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not wanting to see, I hope Kevin Durant, like, he doesn't come back with, like, a better jumper. It's like, nah, I got to work on my jumper because I know Kevin's going to come through with a better jumper. He's going to put in the work in.
So, again, what they're competing with is they have this goal, right? And that goal is greatness. So the goal for them is not to compete. It's to continue to strive for greatness. So if I know that you're striving for greatness, it's like, all right, I'm striving for greatness also.
Facts. Right.
It's not, I'm striving for greatness before you. I'm striving for greatness also. And they're able to exchange jerseys because they want each other to strive for greatness.
Facts. Right.
That's what it's only going to help them.
It should be. Absolutely.
It's like, yo, if my boy's striving for greatness, I'm striving for greatness. We're going to get greatness.
If I know he's in the gym, 8 hours a day, and if I don't, do something comparable, I'm gonna fall back behind.
Right.
That's gonna boost me up.
My results are gonna show.
Fact.
If I see him make 10 threes in a row, and I know he's putting in 8 hours, I'm gonna say, I only put in 5 hours. I need to put in 3 more. Right.
That's what I mean. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's like elevating yourself through this quote competition. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, you're not like, oh, I don't want to see him do well. It's like, I want to do as well as him.
Right.
And in order to do that, I need to do what he's doing in the gym.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're striving together.
Yeah.
For greatness.
Yeah. Facts. Right.
And that's what it's about. Uplifting, building community, striving for greatness, surrounding yourself with like-minded people that are going to push you along that same journey, whether it's through business, whether it's through relationships, whatever it is. That's what it all comes down to. Who's going to strive for greatness with me? Right. And when you find those people, you keep those people.
Yeah.
You keep them close.
Two heads are better than one, man. You know what I mean? Like, I wish, not wish, but I'm working towards it. It's like just having more people in my circle who's like about it when I'm like, yo, look at this, look at this direction I just took in the business. That was like huge for me. And people are like, yo, that's awesome. Congratulations. And also like, wow, this is useful. Thank you for sharing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like an environment like that, you're all going to grow.
And that's why Bostock is important.
Bro, that dinner, I'm there.
Dinner with bosses is important.
Do you do it same day of the month?
Yep, so we do it the first Wednesday of every month.
First Wednesday. Okay, dope. All right.
First Wednesday of every month.
All right, yeah.
So, tap in.
Oh, I'm tapping.
It's a network of people
that
you're going to love.
Yeah.
And not only do you build a network, you build a clientele at the same time.
Right. Yeah, man. I'm there. I'm looking forward to it. I'm bringing some people, too.
Yeah, you got to. One of the guys, he came up. He signed up for the dinner. And, pretty successful in what he does. And he also has a podcast. That's one of the things that he does. He also does, like, film and photography and all that stuff as well. So when he signed up and I see his name on the list, I said, okay, I know exactly why this person is coming to dinner.
Oh, yeah?
Because I know him already. I don't know him on a personal level, but I just know what he's about.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, got you.
And I said to myself, he's looking to build clientele for what he does. And that's what he did. He came, he did his part, he spoke, and he met so many different people, but with the same drive. He was able to say, like, yo, I want you to come and be a part of what I'm doing. Like, yo, you think I can get you on my show?
On the show.
Or, yo, I have this going on. I think this would be a good fit for you.
That's what I'm trying to do.
We had conversations about NFTs and the metaverse from one of the guys in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, he's like, yo, I want to link with you because you have some valuable information. You know what I'm saying? So you build this network, this community of people from being at these dinners to being at the Bostock events. And that's what you want to surround yourself with. And that's where you start to develop your friends. But again, you start to get clients or you start to develop friends or a circle that are like really about it.
Okay. How long you been doing Bostock?
A few months. We've been doing a few dinners. We had a couple meetups where we did like the live conference. It's just now making everything public because before it was just a private thing where we would invite people and we would have these conversations. And we would have talks and we would celebrate successes. We talked about successes. We talked about goals.
Yeah.
Now I made it public.
Yeah, I got you.
And the need is there.
Okay.
There's a need for it. So now that it's public, the audience is there. Everybody's tapping in. So one of the questions that you asked earlier was, has it been tough, like attracting people? It's like, no, because they want it.
Right. Because, now, like, you got the platform and there are people out there who see your stuff and, they're the hungry ones, right?
Yeah, they see the success. My networks make them trust in what I do. So they're more likely to participate in what I put on. And because it's really I want to say it's local right now within the Boston area.
Okay.
A lot of people know me or they either know of me or they have friends that know me or know of me. So when they ask the question like, yo, is this legit? The response is always like, yeah, you definitely want to connect with Royce.
You definitely want to do this. Yeah.
You want to connect with Royce and whoever else he's bringing to the table because he's going to give you value.
Right.
And that's what it's about, giving value that they can actually apply today.
Got it.
So that's what we got, man.
No, and you got the calendar dropping in February, you said? Or
We're gonna drop it in January.
That's
we got that dropping in January. I have a book that I'm dropping in January as well.
Ooh, you gonna give us the name?
Yeah. So it's Navigate Through Entrepreneurship.
All right, dope.
And in this book, I kind of give you all my theories that I stand on. that I live by and things that help me navigate through entrepreneurship, which is a lot of things that we speak about in Bostock, but in a more detailed manner.
Okay.
So it's something that you can actually use as a manual, as a guide to really push you through this journey.
Right.
Because you're going to come across, a lot of the obstacles are the same, and you're going to come across them. And that's what this manual was kind of teaching you or speaking about.
Okay.
Per se, it's like, yo, when you go through this, or you may be trying to decide through this, remember this.
Okay, got you.
Think like this.
Right.
You know, don't just shut down because, you know, you get the book. You get the book. That'll be out January, along with the master plan 2.0 version, which is
because we need that.
Everyone needs it. When you see it, I'm gonna show you after this. I'm gonna give you a sneak preview.
Oh, no, yeah, I'd love to, bro. I'd love to. Yeah.
Everybody else had it. You know, so that's gonna be dope. So that's dropping.
Okay.
We have the retreat that we're doing in April.
You already got one set up?
Yeah, it's already facilitated.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Where you guys going?
So we're going to Colombia.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we'll be on Colombia. Yeah, I've been once.
Oh, you been? Okay.
Yeah, so I've been once. Me and my marketing team, we went out there. We developed a lot of content while we was out there.
Okay.
So we said, hey, let's make this public.
Dope.
That's what it's about. Taking everything that I do already in a private manner, making it public.
Yeah. I'd love to see some of that. You know, what kind of content do you do while you're traveling?
I'm always looking to build either a course or I'm looking to develop, just gather ideas for books.
Yeah.
Or business strategies. I'm looking for new business strategies. So it's important for me to put myself in an environment, especially with people that I know that's going to help my brain go. So, like, you know, like when Kanye was in the Mercedes-Benz
Stadium.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So it's like that. So creating that moment,
Gotcha.
creating that space.
Yeah.
Where the creativeness, you know, or no different from being in the music studio.
Right. You wake up and you have no other obligation but to create.
Right, but to create, you know, and that's what we've been able to do.
Never thought of something like that.
Yeah, so we spent 4 days really creating. We built online courses. We built a lot of audio content, small flyers, like a lot of the quotes and stuff and things that you see now. Like we've already built out. Like
got it.
Back then when I was in Colombia. So the stuff. So where we at? This was back in, I want to say October.
Okay.
October.
Yeah, that's
cool. Yeah. So everything that we did on October, you're starting to see now between the months of December.
Okay, dope.
You know, so
does selecting like where exactly you stay, like does that have does the content, the business influence that at all?
No, it's the people.
Okay.
It's the people.
So like when you're booking like an Airbnb or a hotel, like it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter as long as I got my right people with me.
Got it. All right, word.
Because they know what space I'm in at that point.
Yeah.
And we create. We say, hey, this is a good idea. Or, nah, that's not a good idea.
Wow.
Or like, you know, I'm asking them like, yo, what do you guys think about this?
Right.
And they're giving feedback. They're giving honest feedback. Or I'm saying like, hey guys, I want to build out this. I want to build out this book. What should I be looking into that revolves around this? They'll do their research and say, yo, check this out. Or I say, look guys, like I'm looking to build. I like this person and I want to build my platform out like this person.
Right.
So they'll do research and say, all right, look, this is what you got to do. And we start creating.
Where'd you get the idea for work retreats?
One of my mentors, actually, she took me on a retreat, and she's really in tune with the yoga world. And she took me on a retreat with her. We went to Cape Town, South Africa. This is Dr. Sanan Jaman. You know, she definitely been a big inspiration, very influential person in my life, and I give her a lot of credit for a lot of different ideas that I come up with, and we still talk. Not as frequent as we used to. Yeah. But from a business standpoint, she's like one of my aces. You know, so she was doing her retreats, and this is years ago. Yeah. And I was able to participate in one as a person outside looking in, not knowing that was preparing me for my moment.
Right. Yeah. I mean, isn't everything? You know what I mean? Like if you're that kind of person who's not just present but soaking things in. Yeah, you're gonna take the value out and then you know make it work for you.
So so she's been a big inspiration. Lady Dork, she opened up her own studio, her own yoga studio, right around the same time that I opened up my studio. Now this is over in Kuwait.
No shit.
Yeah, so she's in Kuwait. She's from Kuwait. You know, but she's looking to expand her brand. She has a big online presence.
Oh, no.
Very big community.
Ooh,
So I encourage anybody that's in the yoga industry or just in business. You know, I've sent plenty of people over to her page to say, hey, you guys should check her out.
I'm there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's Lady Dork.
Lady Dork.
Lady Dork.
Okay. On IG.
Yeah, on IG.
Dope,
You definitely want to follow her. She done put me on to different courses. Say, yo, Royce, check this out. This would be good for you.
Oh, dope.
And she's a true mentor.
That's what's up.
And I respect her so much on that level.
Damn.
So she's the reason why I'm doing retreats.
You gotta have me out here about to plan my retreat.
Yo.
Because that environment is.
We're gonna talk after that. We got some ideas that we gotta throw out there.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm all about. I don't know, just something about the way my brain works. It's like when I'm in a business environment or I'm talking business with somebody, like ideas just come and they just flow. And a lot of times it's like, I be looking at people like, yo, you didn't think of this already?
Yeah. Yo, that's what consultants are for,
right,
bro.
That's what they're for. Like, you know, something as similar as what we talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
The backdrop.
With
Yeah,
the
I know exactly what you're saying.
It's like, yo.
But like, you
can do it like this.
Like, whenever you're like in it with somebody, like, it's just an atmosphere. Create something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that work retreat, like to me, that's just like so genius, right? But like you thought of it because like you were brought onto a work retreat, and now that's never even occurred to me. Now you're telling me about the work retreats. I'm just like,
so her retreat
that sounds like a no-brainer.
So the first retreat that I went on, it's a yoga retreat.
Yeah.
So they kind of tap into this spiritual mindfulness, things like that. They do a workshop every morning. They get together, they have dinner. You know, so that was it. That was their whole thing.
And over dinner, they're talking about technique. Or,
right. They're talking about all that stuff. So I took it and like, there's business owners that would kill
like what
to build value for their business.
Right.
It's going to be so much more to them.
Right.
To be around other entrepreneurs.
Right.
And where this one is specific to content, just building content. So we have a list of different retreats that we'll do throughout the year. Just because everyone is not going to be able to go to each retreat. So we're going to give a different experience as well for the people that are looking to participate in different retreats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or some people may not be looking to build content, but they may be looking to business strategies.
Exactly. Right.
So it'll be a business strategy retreat.
And then, exactly. They still come back with mad value. It's not content, but they're hitting the ground running.
And they're ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, they have their notes and they have their strategies.
Right.
Everything's written out. Everything is in a packet for them, and it's pretty much them filling it out. Saying, hey, I executed this. When I get back home, I need to execute this.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a real curriculum. So it's not.
You don't do seminars?
So that's what the Bostock is.
Oh, okay, fair enough. True that.
So that's the Bostock Live Conference. So that's a big seminar where everybody comes down and kind of, meet, network, and kind of send an audience.
Right.
Really no dialogue going back and forth. They get to hear all the speakers speak. You know, so that's a big thing. But we are planning with the community that we're building. Like, there's a lot of different things that are going to come along with it. So once you're a part of the community, you'll be able to tap in with, we're planning out like an entrepreneurs ball, like a gala type of thing, where it's like all entrepreneurs. You come, you build, you network, but you get dressed up, get fancy, you look good. You know, and then like the other small events. So once you become a member of the community, you're able to tap into these smaller events that we have, which should be just like meetups.
Right.
Okay, we're linking up at this particular space, like, on this particular Saturday, come down, have a drink if that's what you do, or just network and build. So there's a lot of different perks that come with being a part of the community.
Oh, man.
So it's a real private but public community. It's public where it's out there for anyone.
Right.
It's private where you have to be within this entrepreneurship or aspiring entrepreneur to really tap in. You can't just be a regular person that just wants to be a part of it. It's like there's no value here for you, and you're not bringing no value.
Right. Exactly.
To the community.
Right. It's not a social hour.
Right.
It's an entrepreneur circle that has a social aspect to it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So you'll be able to tap into that.
Dope.
As well.
Anything you want to share, like before, like we wrap, like what bit of advice or mantra that you give to like people oncoming, or just like, what do you? I mean, you promoted a lot, but if there's anything we missed, please go ahead.
Yeah, nah. Like I said, we got a lot of different things coming out. We got the books, we got the planner coming out. We have the retreats, we have the Bostock live conferences. We have the dinner with bosses every single month. So there's always something for an entrepreneur to tap into, and
That's
I encourage every entrepreneur to tap into something,
Right.
and figure out what's going to work for you. Piece of advice for any entrepreneur is stay consistent. Stay consistent with whatever you're doing. Just stay consistent with it.
Right.
And that's how you're going to build the trust of your client. To have a strong client base, to have a strong fan base, you got to build trust.
True that.
Where people are going to say, hey, I like what you're doing. Come down to be a part of this. Hey, I like what you're doing. Are you interested in being on my podcast? Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, I like what you're doing. Do you think you can offer this service?
Yeah.
You got to build trust.
Facts.
So stay consistent with what you're doing, and that's going to build trust.
There you go.
Once you fall off of that, they distrust you.
Right.
They're like, yo, you're not
It's hard to
serious
earn
about
back.
that.
Exactly. And why? How they gonna take you seriously if they feel
Right.
you don't take yourself seriously?
Right. And I'm like, yo, you posted that like 3 months ago.
Right.
We ain't seen nothing in 3 months.
Right.
In regards to that.
Right. Exactly. Right. Right.
We see everything else, but what happened with that? You know, and that's another thing that a lot of people are fearful of. Not talking about things. People are like, oh yeah, I don't want to talk about this because I don't want to jinx it. Like,
Yeah. Nah.
I do my best to get people out of that way of thinking.
Right.
You don't want to talk about it because if it goes wrong, you don't want to have to explain yourself.
Right. Right. Straight up.
So
Straight up.
I encourage people to talk about it and make sure you see it through.
Right. Exactly. Motivate yourself and show that confidence.
Right.
You know what I mean? That used to be me, man. Like with other past business ventures. Susie, like I was afraid to tell people like what I was doing. Like, and you know, in my mind, I don't know how I rationalized it, but I realized like, yo, if you're not proud of what you're doing, why the hell is anybody else gonna give a shit about it?
They're not gonna care.
Why are they gonna care?
And then the next thing is you're cutting off so many resources that you had no idea about.
Right.
Because you're not speaking on it.
Right. No one
You know
knows
what I'm saying?
what you're doing.
If you're hanging out with me and I got you in a room full of, 5 different investors, they're looking for somebody to invest in.
Right.
But you're not speaking on what you're doing because you're like, oh yeah, I don't want to tell anybody just yet.
Right.
I want to keep it to myself.
It's not ready.
We talked about it earlier. There's 3 things that you can't get back. You just miss out on an opportunity. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So it's important for us to speak about these things and, live our lives through faith. Jason LaPlanche, pastor over at Motivation Church, one of the things that he said was, fear reveals faith. So your fearfulness is going to show how truly faithful you are or how much you actually believe in yourself and what you're doing.
Right, that's true.
So because if you're afraid that it's not going to work out the way that you think it's going to work out, you don't have true faith in that.
No, right.
You're not willing to see it through.
No.
You're not willing to say, that didn't work out, let me try it this way now.
Boom. Right, exactly.
Let me pivot, let me adjust.
Right.
Let me try it this way now.
You're not looking at it as a journey. You're just looking at the destination.
Right.
You're like, if I do not get there in this first try, that's it. It's a wrap.
Right. Like there's no other way.
Exactly. There's no detour.
And that's why you don't speak on it.
Right. Right.
You're afraid. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right. No
Believe in it.
Perfect.
Stand on it.
Right.
Stay consistent so you build trust.
Don't
you're
ever
good.
stop. Yeah.
You're good.
Royce, you've been good, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Yo, this time, like you said, is invaluable, and the fact that you spend it here with me and us, I truly appreciate that. So thank you.
And thank you to everybody that's a part of my team. Who continues to help and push and elevate me to be the person that I am, so I can continue to give back to generations. You know what I'm saying, or pour into my community. Different things like that. So shout out to everybody on my team. They know who they are. Shout out to all of my mentors, especially Brian Edwards. He's probably my biggest mentor right now. So him, his brother, they speak a lot into me.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely grateful for them.
Dope.